News reporter Gilbert Bays, who is with our soldiers, broke this story at 11 o'clock last night. Gilbert reports members of the 27th Field Artillery Regiment will not be entering Iraq as one unit of 390 soldiers as originally planned. Instead, they'll enter Iraq as individual batteries and for only 1 or 2 days at a time. This will shorten the total time of their deployment. Initially, the deployment was expected to last for a year. Now it will only last 4 to 6 months. This afternoon,
New at 11, Starters is inside Iraq. After weeks of training, members of the 327th Field Artillery have crossed the border from Kuwait into Iraq. Eyewitness News reporter Gilbert Bays is with them and shows us how their mission has been modified to help Marines bring ammunition back home.
After about 3 weeks of preparations, soldiers from the 327th Field Artillery head for the border.
Yep, we're going up north, and we're going to do our job.
Have you been looking forward to this move here?
Yes. Been bored just sitting here for 2 weeks.
Now, this is the first of 3 missions leaving from Camp Rhino here in Kuwait, heading for Numania in Iraq. This battery will head out right now, and then 2 more will be leaving tomorrow. That will be the group that Larry Chavis and I will be on as we head into Iraq. The soldiers will take a route that slides them past the city of Al-Naziriyah. It's where Marines encountered fierce fighting about 6 weeks ago. The 327th convoy then continues north to the Iraqi city of Numania. Sergeant Harold Ord will bring up the rear. He controls one of several 50 caliber machine guns packed for protection. His mission is simple.
Make sure no terrorist actions happen to the convoy. Take out any vehicles that are a threat.
Think you're going to have to use that?
Maybe.
But the hope is maybe not. Soldiers like PFC Andrew Collins is looking for one thing.
I'm just looking to stay awake and stay alive, get back home.
And that's the hope of all these soldiers as they head on their first mission to Iraq. With photographer Larry Chavis in Kuwait, Gilbert Bays, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
By the way, Gilbert and Larry will stay with our Fort Bragg soldiers. Tonight he talks with a soldier who...
Up to the Iraqi border.
An extra early start for Bravo Battery, 327 Field Artillery. It's the beginning of what will become an extraordinary mission. For the first time since their deployment, these soldiers crossed the border into Iraq. Children rushed to the street, many barefooted, to wave at the soldiers from Fort Bragg.
It's pretty poor. It's sad just seeing all these kids just begging for food, and it's devastating how this man treated these people here.
It will be a grueling trip, more than 400 miles one way. It will test the unit, both man and machine.
Well, we prepare our maintenance program the best we can back at Fort Bragg. Unfortunately, we don't get to have the opportunities of taking these vehicles on this long of a convoy. So this is a really good test for us to see how well our maintenance system has really worked. After 5.5 hours and almost 175 miles, first casualty of this convoy, this truck right here seemingly blown a transmission. They've got to hook it up to tow it to make it up to the next checkpoint. The vehicle will eventually have to be towed back to Camp Rhino, while the rest of the 327 continues its journey to a Marine base camp just south of Baghdad. With photographer Larry Chavis in Iraq, Gilbert Bays, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.